Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Michelle and this is Michelle Creates. In this video, I am going to show you how to use a peg loom, and we are going to make a little mug rug or a coaster. It does say on the kit that it's actually a pot holder peg loom, but with the loops that come with it, it really shrinks up, so it's smaller. It's going to be more like the size of a coaster. All right, so I got this kit on Amazon a few years back. I think they still have them. In fact, I think they even still have the same colors that come with it. But this is a plastic peg loom. It came with a hook and it came with these pieces of loops for me to use. They are nylon loops, pre-made. All right, so first thing you do is you want to figure out your pattern. I'm going to use 3 colors. So I want to figure out what I'm doing as far as my pattern going across and down vertical before I just start putting it on. You can do what you want, but it saves me time to pull out the right amount and then to see how, if I want it even as far as colors and things like that. So, all right, here, this is what we do. I'm going from over here, taking the top. All you do is hook these on the pegs, stretch it out. These curl up. They're like little pieces of nylon. Don't worry about what shows inside, outside, whatever. Just pull it on. You just want to make sure it's not flipped around. See how it curls up? I just take that and pull that to the inside if you want to be real particular. All right, so with my little pattern here, I've got pink, white, pink, white, pink, white. Moving into the green. Green, white, green. Now here, because of the 3 colors and the amount of pegs that I have, I'm doing a double green in the middle because I want everything to be the same, and I'll show you what I mean at the end. And then we're going back to the white for the pattern, and then green, switching to, I don't want to have this twisted, so I'm going to fix that. And going to white, and now finishing up with my pink loops. So I got a white, pink, white. Oh, that one was really thick. Interesting. Pink, white, and pink. Don't worry so much about the pattern right now. I'm just showing you basically how to do this. Get them on the loom. All right, so I wanted to start with a pink and end with a pink, and I did want to add the white in here, so it's an every other, but because there's an extra peg, I did the double green in the center. Okay, now I'm going to flip this way, and I'm going to do the same pattern that I did here, now going the other way. Now this is the weave part. So what you do is you're going to take your hook, and because it's not as long, okay, to go all the way through, it gets a little tricky. I did purchase a kit of long, these are crochet hooks. This one's a 5mm, well, it doesn't matter the width, but I kind of wanted to stick with the same size here so it's easier to work with, but that's another option for you because then you can weave it all the way through. But I'm not going to use that for this one. I want to use the one that comes with the kit. So what I'm going to do is I want to go weave it every other, right? So I'm going to start here at this end, and I'm going to go every other. I'll do white, pink, white, pink. To me, it does not matter if you started the opposite, going under the other color. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to grab, put the loop on the hook. Okay, and I'm going to pull that through first a little bit because it doesn't, if you try to hook this on and then pull through, it's not going to stay on anyway. So don't really worry about that just yet. Then I'm going to follow my pattern here. So the next one is under. So I want to go over, under, over. Okay, so I'm going to go over, under, meaning the hook. It's going over the hook and under the hook. Okay, so now I'm grabbing that same over and under pattern, and I'm going to hook the loop on my hook. Okay, now this is where I want to hook that on there and hold on to it. and I'm going to pull that. Okay, not too far. Now I'm going to hold it with my finger, and I'm going to follow this same under and over. Okay, so that one should be under, over, under, over. All right. All right, so we're going to go over that. So under, under, over, under, and then over. I hope you understand what that means. Okay, hook it, pull it. Takes a little bit longer using this shorter hook. And then we're going to go over with the hook, under, over, under. It's just in every other for the loop, and we're almost at the end. And we've got to go, that's under, so it's going to go over. Ooh, I just let go. Ah, that does happen. So I'm going to start here anyway. It's going under, over, under, over, under, over, under. I mean, do as many as you can. There, hook it on. That's it. All right, now I'm going to grab a white one. I'm going to go halfway now this time, okay? Makes it a lot easier. The more I can get on my hook, the better. So now we're going to do this row opposite of what I just did here. So now starting here, I'm going to go under the loop, then over, under, over, under, over. You can see what I'm doing here. All right, grab your loop with the hook, start to pull a little bit and guide your loop to the peg. Hold on tight. Okay, cool. Grab onto it with your hand. Now let's go the opposite of what this row was here. We're going to go over and under, opposite. Hook it onto your hook. Hook the loop onto your hook. Okay, pull it and hook it on. Cool. Then I'm going to take my thumb and push this closer. I'm actually going to take this row here and push this up a little bit to give me some room. And then push this one up. This is fun too, doing that. Okay, you'll see as you go, you're definitely going to need to have these tight. Well, for one, because it looks better, and number two, because you won't have much room here at the bottom. So you're definitely going to want to push those up as you go. All right, so following my pattern, I did a pink, white, now I'm pink again. So going halfway here, I'm going to start this one. I'm going to go under now because I'm doing the opposite. Over, under, over, under, over. Once you get your little rhythm and groove here, it works pretty quick. Hook it on, the loop onto the hook, pull it, okay? Guide that loop to go on the peg. Just make sure you get your loop all the way on that hook, and watch for your loops here to not flip. Okay, you want to keep everything nice and neat. Now we're going to go under because it's the opposite of this one. It's just a weaving pattern. And hook the loop on your hook, pull it, and hook it. Now you don't want to leave this down here like that, right? You want to push that up. But I'm already seeing this loop right here kind of wanted to flip. I don't like that. I want to keep it nice and neat, nice and flat. I don't like twists in my loops, I guess, or my fabric. Okay, I'm going to push that one up, this one here. Excuse me. And this green one is acting a little weird. It's like looking more thin. I think it's just because the loop itself, the fabric is thin. All right, following the pattern, pink, white, pink, white. We got pink, white, pink, white. All right, going here, we're going under. It's just in every other. Like once you get the gist of it, it just starts to be kind of automatic. Okay, hook the loop on the hook, then you hook it on the peg, pulling it through. I'm kind of fixing things as I go so I don't have to stop. Hooking it, pulling it, hooking it. So I just did that one a little bit faster. Okay, little guy, you're making noise over there. And I like to push those up as I go. All right, my pattern, pink, white, pink, white, pink, white, pink, white, pink. We got another pink one. Okay, going halfway. I'm gonna start this way this time, going over, under. I mean, this hook works okay just for starting out when you first buy the kit and just use what they have in there. But I definitely recommend doing the longer crochet hook. It definitely speeds it up. This is okay for now. There might even be another hook that comes with it. It's a metal one, longer. I didn't happen to get that in my kit, but they may have added it. It's just a longer one, but it's just like, it's just metal. It's not painted or anything. All right, you can tell with this that the pieces of fabric, some are thicker, some are a little bit wider, and some are thinner. This one definitely is thinner. Okay, so now we just did pink, white, pink, white, pink, pink, white, pink, white, pink. We're going to do one more white for sure, for keeping that every other pattern here of the colors. Okay, we got the hook in. We're hooking our fabric. This one feels thicker. This little piece, I'm going to push that up, put that on there right away, that peg, and pulling it through. Grab it with your thumb or your fingers, every other. Pull it, hook it, push it, untwist it. I feel like I'm playing Bop It. Pull it, push it, twist it, whatever. Do you remember that game, Bop It? That was actually a fun game. All right, now we got pink, white, pink, white, pink, white. Pink, white, pink, white, pink, white. Guess what? We're on green. I like to have my supplies pulled out before I start a project. Just kind of speeds it up a little bit. All right, so we're going to go over. And this project is fun for kids and adults. No age limit or requirement. I mean, it's probably a kid's kit, but I thought it was fun to learn how. And then I started using acrylic yarn, just like pieces of yarn. I cut it, you know, to fit, not for loops. I used one piece of yarn all the way through, making squares. You can also use, I see t-shirts where you can cut it up. That's a whole different project, cutting your t-shirt to make loops. But you can also find them in bags, these loops in bags, like multiple colors or multicolor in one bag, just a variety pack, or single colors. I've mostly bought mine on Amazon, like a big pack for $9.99. I'm not sure what stores actually have them, but just get online, search around, just type in Loom loops. They can be cotton or nylon. It's just fun to start with the kit and just learn how to do it, and then you get ideas as you go. All right, we're on white. Weave it, hook it, pull it, hook it. See, it does move fairly quick. And I usually don't even put my hook down. Just keep it rolling. Okay, now I'm going to show you how it works with the other hook, just for the fun of it. All right, so we're on green, white. We got 2 greens coming up. This one I can go all the way to the end. Pretty sure if I recall, and it doesn't pop off the ends here. This one flipped. I just noticed right here, it's twisted. It got flipped. You may have even noticed that before I did. So I need to fix that. I don't like when it does that. It happens when you're pulling the other one across. It will pull the loop with it. So obviously I'm not going to take all those out to fix it. I'm going to fix it while it's still on here, because I can. So I'm going to watch for that next time. All right, see, I fixed it. All right, going back to my weaving. Okay, I got the weave. Getting my loop here facing the right way. The only thing with this hook, the hook itself isn't as big as the hook here, so I could take a thicker hook. I do have one, I just didn't have it handy. Okay, I'm going to start pulling it. Yeah, you definitely want to have a big enough hook, not long, a big enough, wide enough hook. Yeah, it's not hooking. It's not staying. So there's another little tidbit for you. Make sure you grab a hook that has a wide enough, big enough hook there. I mean, this works just fine. Okay, now we need one more green because I got 2 green in the middle. I'm working in the middle here, so I need to do another green for my pattern. And as I'm pulling this through, I'm watching to make sure I'm not twisting these. There, just untwisted that. So, I mean, honestly, just doing these videos, these are for beginners. This is how to give you new ideas, whatever. I like that I have little mishaps along the way because you need to see that those do happen. Not to say that they're going to happen to you, but if they do, the whole point of my videos is to show you how to either fix them, but also how to prevent them. So, you know, I'm not here doing all these fancy things. I'm just trying to show you basics and just really give you techniques on how to do stuff. And I don't want to edit out any of my little mishaps because that's kind of the point of my videos. All right, we're on white now. Yeah, I could probably go that far over. And I don't know, they just like to keep twisting. I don't want the outside of my loop. I don't want the inside out. I want it the outside here. Okay, this one wants to give me a little bit of trouble. All right, I hooked it on my hook. I'm pulling it through. Grab the end and catch it on the peg. Make sure you're doing in every other pattern from row to row. Watch as you're pulling along that you don't twist your loops, and we're going to push this up, getting it closer to the other one. And I also, just for the fun of it, want to push these. You're going to do that as well before you're finished, and you pull this off. I'm pushing these a little bit closer to the center. I don't like the gaps. Don't go too much though. You want to keep it in the nice shape. You want to keep it a little bit stretched out, but I don't like these huge gaps, so I'm just pushing it together a little bit. That one looks good. Cool. All right, we did the double green, we did the white, so now we are one more green. It's right here. So, you know, just in case you forget what you're doing, it's nice to have them pulled out, laying there for you so you keep track. Because it's starting to blend here a little bit. This one is so thick compared to these. Okay, get it hooked, pull it, hook it on the peg, grab it with your thumb. So this is one of those projects where you have a little bit of time. Easy fix. Don't want to have anything too complicated, but you want to do something productive and fun, whatever. A cute little craft, seriously, a cute craft project to do with your kids, or if you're doing childcare or whatever, and you're trying to think of different things to do with them. Kids love crafts. This one is a good one. I believe now we're done with the green. We got single, double, single, single, double, single. We're back to white. Obviously we're done with green because there's no more left. And now we are the last bit here. And push it up. Make sure it's untwisted. I also like to pull it over. I don't like it to go wonky because I'm pulling it, right? Sometimes it forms a little curve here. I like to make sure that it's still going straight across. All right, now we're on pink. This is cute. These colors totally remind me of Barbie colors from back in the day. Lots of hot pink and lime green. I don't know if it was furniture or something, but it just reminds me of Barbies. The pink loom, the pink hook. It's not Barbie, but it reminds me of it. Hey, these could be cute little rugs for your Barbies. If you make little houses or something, you have your little dream house, you can make these little woven rugs. Okay, white. So if you're thinking of like, I don't know what kind of pattern to do, I've done all these patterns, just go online, Google images, and just type in your woven, I guess, or loom, pad holders, loom, mug rug, some people are calling it that. And you can get Pinterest, of course, too, and you can get all these different ideas for patterns. Make up your own. This is one project too that if you make a mistake, pretty easy to fix. Okay, we are on pink. Running out of room down here, so that's definitely why, another reason why you wanted to push these up, but you also wanted just to keep them nice and straight across, keep your pattern looking good. Okay, down to white. I just use my left finger here just to help me guide the hook through. Make sure you stay away from the end here. You don't want to pull these off the end. Even though the pegs are slanted, they're going out. They're not straight up. And that is one magic way that the loops will stay on. But again, you just don't want to get too close to them because you don't want that to pop off. Okay, I got to push this up a little bit more. I got to have just a little bit more room here for my last row. Okay, not sure why I have those extras out. All right, last row. Ooh. Definitely running out of room here. Okay, we're gonna eyeball this a little bit. I'm gonna push this up, kind of going from the middle here, pushing it up a little bit. I want to make sure they're straight going across. You don't want them just pushed up in the middle. Want to give myself a little leeway here so when I go to do this I can pull my hook through. This is probably the hardest one to do, this very bottom one. Okay, pulling it through, hooking it. Yeah, it definitely helps to use my left hand fingers to guide that fabric here to push it up or down to get it on the hook. Pulling it, hooking it. Okay, whoop, got a little twisty going on here. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Push this up a little bit. Now I want to go around the edges here and make sure that all of these are even, like from the what I have left over here. I don't want one side that's got a little bit more. I don't know, maybe you don't have to do that, but I wouldn't leave this. See how it's sticking out? It might spring because it's nylon. It's really like got a lot of elasticity there. It might fall into shape, but I kind of have found that I want to do this before I just pop it off because sometimes it doesn't look even. See how this goes a little slanted here? All right. Okay, now we're going to take the pegs or the loops that are on the peg, and we're going to take this off. And basically what we're going to do is chain stitch them together. So I'm taking my hook and I'm going to take this first one off. Then I'm going to go to the second one. Okay, I've got two loops right here, and I'm going to, with my left hand, my fingers here, I'm going to pull the hook through that first loop. Okay. That's how we're going to basically weave or crochet the ends together. So now I'm going to take the next loop off with the hook, grab onto the other loop that's on there, okay, the one that's first, and then pull that second one through. So I'm just taking one off, take my fingers and pull that through with the hook. Take it off, fingers, pull it through. So we go all the way around doing this. So don't keep your hook straight up. Turn it to the side and pull it through. Okay, turn it to the side, the hook to the side and pull it through. Okay, look at how cute this edging is. You can already tell how it's shrinking though because of the nylon loops. It's got a lot of give to it a lot of, it's like a rubber band. So unless it's being stretched, it's gonna go back to its original shape, which is smaller. I like to use the cotton loops because it does not bounce back and shrink it. It keeps it a little bit more, it keeps it larger. Okay. Only want one loop to come off at a time. Okay, now it's starting to want to pull this way, right? Don't get frustrated. Gotta make sure you're only catching one loop. It's not as stretched now, so it's a little bit harder to pull it off of the peg. So just kind of take it easy, slow down a little bit. I mean, make your hook work for you. It's great. You can slide in, you pull it here to get it off, and then you turn it sideways. Like, the hook is awesome. Just definitely make sure you have one that is wide enough on the end that can really grab this and pull it through. Okay, did you see how that loop wanted to pop off by itself? Watch that and make sure that you're grabbing the right loop, because that's easy to miss that and go to the next peg. So just kind of be aware of those things happening. Wait till you get to the last row. It gets to be it's very tight. So I'm not going to want these to pop off, so I'm going to push those down with my finger, get that to stay on. Okay, almost at the corner, yeah, at the corner, so I'm going to kind of look and see what I've got going on here. Really cute, but it's starting to really shrink. This nylon is so spongy. All right, be careful with this last one because they all want to pop off. Now you can let them come off. You just have to really watch to make sure that you're not skipping a loop. So you know your pattern, pink. Every other should be white. Okay, I don't know if you're doing a solid color, maybe you're doing the whole thing pink, which you could. Really watch for the underneath loop, because I've seen people accidentally they didn't see it pop off and they accidentally missed that one, and so then they lose the loop inside the pot holder, and that's not fun to have to fix. So if you're just starting out doing this, which I'm sure you are because that's why you're watching this, just really be careful, slow down, use your fingers to hold stuff down, and watch your pattern. Every other or whatever color should be next. That's another reason why you wanted to push those rows in, because now you don't have very much room here on the edge. I mean, you play around with it, figure out which technique you like the best. The results, these are just little hints for you to kind of watch for. Okay, now this just popped off, which is fine. So I had a pink, now I want the white. It's the top one. And then I got to grab that bottom one. And then the top one. And the bottom one. Okay, now we're at the end. So now you've got the slip, you've got to tack this down, right? So depending what you're using this for, I kind of like mine to just be square all the way around. I mean, you can if you're hanging this, you have this little thing hanging out. I'm gonna go through the next loop. Like, let's say I'm gonna start over. I'm gonna go through the next loop and I'm going to pull that through. Okay, you got to finish it off. And then I'm just going to pull on that. Okay, now typically this would keep that on there. Okay, but it looks spongy. So let's say, what if that pops out, right? I want that tacked down. So you can even go into the next one, pull that through. And then typically if you do that and you just pull on that tight, you're kind of creating a knot. You'll find different ways to fix that. Okay, so we're going to leave that on there. Yeah, it does have that stretch to it, so it's got a little bit of a curl. So just kind of play with your fabric here and pull on it. There's different ways that you can figure out how to get your fabric, your yarn, your loops, whatever you're working with. You can do different things to get it to work for you. Just pulling on it is allowing it to go a little more flat, which makes sense. Okay, what do you think? Look at how cute. Cute little mug rug, little coaster, a little Barbie carpet throw rug for you. Yeah, super cute. Have fun, you guys. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.